Hey guys, Rancher here, and welcome back to another Halloween special. And this video was requested actually a year ago for Halloween for me. I had a few different people request that I check this video out, and I decided I wanted to do it, and it is Missing Halloween, or Missing Halloween, by Mike and L. Or it is Missing Halloween, and it is on Mike and L's channel. Again, sorry, there was a link over here. Uh, you know, I'm really confused by these brand new recommended for you things that YouTube is doing. I don't understand. It's kind of funny for Halloween in a sense, but I had a video recommendation over on the side for a spider. I don't watch spider videos. I have arachnophobia. Why the freak would I watch something like that? But it was recommended for me. Why I don't freaking know. But again, thank you. Random recommendations. Anyway, without further ado, now I had a few, like I said, I had a few people request that I check this video out, so I'm not sure what this video is. So without further ado, let's get on with it, because I'm really curious about this video. I know it's animated, at least from what I see with the thumbnail. So let's check it out. Starting the video in 3, 2, 1, play. A Mike and L animation. Okay, so he did animate it. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, wow, this is really cute. I love the animation. It's adorable. I love the sketch style. I love that. Okay, like I said, this is actually adorable. This needs to be an anime. This needs to be an anime. It's really cute. I love it. This is adorable and really sweet. Mom and Dad. Oh man, he got beat up. No spare key? I like the pumpkin. That's cute. Huh? I love the effect. Oh gosh! Oh gosh! Oh man. This is beautiful. I love it. She didn't get any candy, did she? I love how easily excited and exuberant he is. And she's just mellow. Ow. She's just mellow and calm. Ouch. This is so anime and I love it. Again, I love this animation. I love her design. That's beautiful. I love it. Oh, that's cool. Like Mystery Skull's Ghost, almost. Oh man, I love this so much. It's animation. It's like anime. That's cool. That's also... Whoa. He's getting candy and she isn't. She looks like that one character there. Some of these characters look like some that I've seen in anime before. I'm getting like a limbo sense here. Wow, I love this effect. It's got like really dark. Ouch. I love that effect.
You good?
Okay, I love her design. Okay, okay, I know I probably wasn't supposed to get emotional there, but I'll explain why. This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, so many people involved. Oh man, this was, man, gosh, this is beautiful. Oh man. All right, the reason why that I started tearing up right there was it was like because it was the idea of friendship there. She, like, the girl never gave up hope that he would find her, and that she never gave up hope that he would find her. And that she her spirit kept coming back to him because she liked him, and she didn't want to leave him alone. And her spirit, she was able to lead him to her and help her get some peace. And oh man, that was beautiful. Okay, first off, okay, going over this, I honestly didn't know what to expect whenever I went into this. I really didn't. I really had no idea what to expect whenever I went into this. This was, oh man, this was just absolutely extraordinary. This was just absolutely extraordinary. And, oh my gosh. It, uh, alright, I gotta stop being a blubbering idiot here. Um, the animation, I cannot say enough about the animation. I love the anime style that it has. And yeah, obviously it has a very anime style with the characters, and it's designed in a sketch. It's designed in a sketch-like way. You see, pardon me, like it's done in almost a, pardon me, in a rough draft sketch way, but yet it's not like completely polished. It's not polished with completely smooth curves and no marks or anything like that. It's like rough. It's like rough draft sketches because you see like the interconnecting lines and things like that. But that is what makes it so unique. It's not made to be a finely polished concept. It's made to have that rough draft sketch appeal. And I love it because of that. It's unique. You don't see that often at all. And to my recollection, this is the first time I've seen something like this before. And this is beautiful. This is adorable. I mean, this is beautiful because I love the animation style for this. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then I love the anime style. Like the characters' mouths, the way their mouths are, the total anime style, like that, like cat face design, the movements of the characters, their eyes, some of their movements, and then the costumes by some of the other characters. And then the characters' facial expressions, like the solid white eyes and things like that, the designs on the pumpkins and other things. I love it. This obviously is totally inspired by anime. and I love it. I've never ever seen a sketch animation or any animation really based off of anime like that. And most animations do their own thing. Most animators do their own thing and make something not related to anime. This goes the anime route with its design, and it is so beautiful because of it. I love it, and this is just so smooth. And I love the black and white style of it. I love that there's no color. I love that there's no color. I love that it's black and white, and I love like the filtering, like it's being played on a projector with like the grainy effect that's going over it. And it's beautiful here. It's a little subtle touch, but I love it. It's incredibly well done. And again, the character designs, the background designs, I love it. It's adorable. I love the character designs. The characters have really cute designs, really fun. And some of the things that happens whenever he surprises the girl and she hits him with her pumpkin. Again, I love this. I mean, it's beautiful, it's fun, and it's just something that makes you smile throughout the whole thing. And the music, and also I love that it's silent. I love that there is no voice acting until later on with the characters. Um, and obviously, whenever they do speak later on, they don't speak English. Like it's just little something like that, kind of like Banjo Kazooie. Um, obviously, now obviously, they could obviously this is made with anime or with manga in mind, and I love that style. Okay, also like manga, this is in black and white. Um, but the characters, whenever they speak, it's incoherent, and so it's like Banjo Kazooie. But throughout the most part of it, there's just music playing, and you don't really see the characters' mouths moving, like they're saying really anything too much. It's just hand gestures, facial expressions, body language, and I love it. It's subtle, but it uses that to tell the story. It doesn't use actual vocabulary, it doesn't use actual language to express what is going on. They use the other motions. They use facial expressions, hand gestures, body language to be able to tell the story. And they use the scene transitions transitions to be able to tell the story. And I love that effect. It really adds to it. I love it for that. And I gotta say, this is beautiful. Again, it's just so cute. I love it. It's adorable, and it's very fun. It's innocent. It's so innocent in its design. And again, so to the animator, animator, to Mike for this. If you did this whole thing, man, I mean, if you did this whole thing yourself, this whole animation, although there's lots of other people involved, so to Mike or to Mike and everybody else involved, thank you. This is amazing. I love the style for this. I love the route you went. I love the route you guys went with this. I love it. This is absolutely beautiful. This is incredibly well done. I absolutely love it. And with the story, it was so cool. Like, it started off with this boy for Halloween, and I'm assuming like a year before, and or like, okay, no, like he's there with his friend, and he's interacting with her, and she has this very mellow, like he's very excitable and exuberant and a very happy personality. She's more mellow, she's more calm, and but she obviously still has a kind of a sweet nature to her. It's just something that doesn't really remain like out, like she doesn't openly express. And he gets beat up. The scene transitions, he gets beat up at one point. He gets beat up, and one could probably say he gets beat up because because of what you learn later in the story. But he's still interacting with this girl. He sees her. And I was wondering, like, nobody was giving her any candy. And I thought myself, maybe it was because she wasn't acting happy. Like, most people would expect somebody like him to walk up and be like, trick or treat, but she wasn't doing that. She was just standing there, like, melancholic. And thus, nobody gave her any candy. And that's what I was expecting. And it was like, she was kind of like just, meh, almost, but, like, but he was there. He was there for her. He was giving her some of his candy, and they were sharing it, and they were still sharing that experience. And it was so heartwarming. It was so beautiful. And then again, little things for anime, and then the character designs. I love the character designs. And then, like, whenever he walks up to these other people and is showing them uh like he's saying, you know, let her let her hang out with you. Okay, this one guy in the back, that kind of looks like Otacon. Kind of looks like Otacon in a way. I'm just gonna say it looks like Otacon from Full Metal Gear. Sorry. Um, but like he's referring this girl, and at first they just like, nah, like ignoring him. And at first I thought it was because like he was trying to get her, he was helping her to be able to hang out with these people, and they didn't want her to hang out because they didn't think she was cool enough. That's what I first thought. And then again, I love the designs for the people, the adults. This first person at the house, these designs, these costumes, I love it. I love this anime style. I love the way that these people are dressed up. I love the costumes. I love how that they look. And so again, major props to everybody, I guess, having their OCs or their personas drawn into this. I love the style for this. It's so cool. I love this. It's so anime, and I love it because of that. It's so well done. And I love the style. I love the designs. I love the shading, like the lighting effects. And I love how, again, on the outer edges of the sketches, you can see a lighter tone, indication of like the moonlight shining on that. And I love it. It really works. Like you can see like the moon almost like shining above, and I love that effect. I really love that effect. And whenever it shows that little, you know, hilltop overlooking the town, again, I love that. It's so cool. Honestly, that's not something I see enough. Like, I love that design. And then we see this girl look towards this fence, and she's interrupted by the boy. And then before they depart, she casts one last look towards the fence. And I thought, like, I was wondering about that. And I thought that's leading up to something. And then they get back, and you see the parents talking to the doctor. And what I thought was going to happen was, I had a few different images go through my mind. The first was that this boy had been diagnosed with something and only had a short time to live. And so the girl was like his only real friend. And then I also had the image that maybe the girl was. And the boy was like the light in her life. He was helping to make her life. He was helping to be a shining. He was hoping he was like a light in her life while she was alive. And that was what was going through my mind. And then diagnosis, imaginary friend. And that's whenever it got really dark. And I thought, I mean, it was kind of, I mean, it was very shocking because then she showed him the picture, the girl wasn't there, And at first I thought like it was a bit of delusion on his part. Like he could totally see her. It was so vivid. But of course it all became clear later on. And he kept trying to persuade them. And then he 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 runs away. And he tries to like he pushes his I mean like he touches her. He touches her cheek to make sure that she's real. And he's trying to confirm that she is real. And then she goes towards the fence and opens it. And whenever he's running, he's chasing her. And you see those bear traps. The image that was going through my mind at that point was that the girl was actually already dead, and that was her ghost, and that the boy would end up getting caught in a bear trap and would end up dying, and it would be bittersweet. Like the girl wanted him to be with her. She wanted them to be together, and now now they could be, but that actually wasn't what happened. And he's running through the woods, and again, I love that effect. I love the effect for that. Yeah, as they're running and everything, it's very beautiful how that was done. And then the girl is just waiting at this tree for the boy, and he's like, "What is this place?" And she's just waiting for him. And then she gives him a piece of candy, and she has that little eyebrow motion, and she's like waiting for him. And it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And then it transitions, and I was wondering like what was going on. And then you see the search party. You see the parents and the officer looking for him. And you see the female officer. And I love her design. I love her design. She's got those rectangular glasses, and I love that. I mean, I love her design. And then they find the boy. And at first, I mean, you can see the outline. I mean, the, the flashlight was shining on the girl, and at that point, I'm like, okay, she's real. How can you not see her? And then it shows the flies and the decaying body and the maggots, and you see the decaying skin, the rotting skin, and the boy's just sitting there. And as it turns out, missing last seen behind a glass wall. Wait a minute! Wasn't that another animation I remember seeing a lot, like some years ago? Years ago, last scene. Okay, behind a glass wall. Okay, somebody fill me in on that. That might be a little reference to something, but last scene, and then it shows the girl, the picture of her with that Halloween costume. Last seen home with family, and then you realize she was real. She'd went missing, and there's a couple of things that I'm not really sure of here, but I'm going to give my thoughts. Like, had the girl and the boy met whenever she was alive, or was it that her spirit just found him and took a liking to him, and so then she was able to lead him to where her body was? Or was it that they actually were friends whenever she was alive, and she was able to lead him there. Again, that much I'm not sure. It can be left up to in interpretation, but you realize the girl was real all along. He could see her because he could see her spirit. It wasn't an imaginary friend. He was seeing her spirit. That's why nobody could see her. That's why everybody was. That's why he got beat up. That's why everybody. Well, I'm assuming that's why that's why he got beat up, and that's why that everybody acted like she wasn't there, because she was she was a spirit, and she had led him to her body so that they could find her, and so that she could get peace. And again, another thing I wonder is, now that, I mean, the boy was alive. Yeah, the boy was obviously alive at the end. Um, but it makes me wonder, like, will her spirit continue to be with the boy now, or was that like a final farewell? And to be honest, I'm really hoping, like, for me mentally, I'm just going to imagine that, like, the girl's spirit stays with the boy, kind of, that she continues to make herself known to him, because, I mean, well, for me, it could work either way. I've watched, Ghost Whisperer. Yes, I really like that show. Um, and so, like, I can imagine, and, Supernatural as well. I love that show, and so I can imagine, like, the girl's spirit just, making itself present to the boy from time to time, or maybe, like, this was her final farewell, saying that she has to move on. And it's that's not something really that I want to think about. I don't like the final farewell thing. I don't. Um, but again, your character is missing in okay, additional character designs. Your character in missing Halloween contest top 5 winners. Okay, so all of these characters, all of these designs, wow, they did. Those are amazing. Crowd design contribution. All these were just characters designed. Oh man. Oh man. So cool. Ren. Cute. Patreon support. Anyway, yeah. This was really, really beautiful. And again, it's one of those heart-wrenching yet heartwarming stories of friendship. Now, of course, you can view it as they were just really great friends, or you can view it as they had a crush on each other. Either way, I think it could be interpreted as either. But for me, myself, I more imagine that they were just friends. And again, I don't know if they were friends whenever she was alive, or if, again, she was, like, her spirit had found him. But going back over the animation, you can see these little subtle things in the beginning that you kind of wonder about. Whenever the boy first goes outside to talk to the girl and the mother turns away, and you can see this, oh no, this, like, saddened expression on her face. And again, this was just really beautiful. And this was incredibly well done. This was incredibly well done. And again, I love this animation. It's so beautiful. And obviously, like, it says last Halloween. I guess you could interpret that as being the Halloween prior, like the last Halloween before. And so, kind of makes you wonder, like, what is going on now. And again, I really love this. I love the story. And it's so cool. I mean, it's a beautiful story. of that, literally that everlasting friendship. That friendship that was standing the test of time. Even through death, they were still friends. And that's something incredibly beautiful. And again, this was just beautiful. This was so gorgeous. And this was incredible. The animation was adorable. It was beautiful. I love the character designs. I love the music that they used. I love how the animation had a sketch like design, had a rough sketch draft design to it. I love the atmosphere in it. I love the character designs. I love the anime like style to it. I love I love that it was in black and white and not colored. It wouldn't have had the same effect. It honestly wouldn't have had the same effect if it was in color. And I love that it was in that the characters didn't say anything, that it was silent until like the very ending. And I really love the characters, and I love the story of, again, that everlasting friendship, and how it was standing, like even death wasn't wasn't keeping them apart. And I mean, he could see her ghost. I mean, her spirit was there, and he was the only one that could see her. And then at the end, she was content. She was happy because he was able to find her. And of course, there's lots of backstory that you can wonder. Like, how did the girl end up there? How did the girl end up? It says missing, last seen at home with family. Like, you wonder, how did the girl end up there? How did she end up in the woods? There under that tree. And she had the piece of paper with her that was torn and tattered. And the piece of paper was torn and tattered. And it said, "You found me." And I see a bear trap there, so I'm kind of going to guess that maybe there's a possibility. One could interpret it. Maybe there's a possibility that at another Halloween before, that maybe they had come here, like a couple of Halloweens before, that maybe they had come here, and um, they had sat underneath this tree together, and maybe he had left before her. See trap, and she stepped in it, and nobody could hear her, and so she couldn't get out of it, and so she just sat there, maybe bleeding out, and then she died. And again, it's not, I mean, I'm not sure how the girl ended up there, but like, she went missing, and the boy she had helped the boy to help the police to find her. And again, it shows, like, in the end, she was smiling still, because she was with her friend. They were together. And again, I love this. This is absolutely beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. This is a mesmerizing and beautiful animation. Beautiful animation, great character designs, and an incredible, heartwarming, and gut-wrenching story. And so again, to Mike, to everybody involved with this, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Major props, major thank you to everybody that worked on this. This is incredible. And this came out last year. It's been out for a year, really? Okay, genre cute macrame. Okay. An animation about two kids trick-or-treating. Okay, directed, story, design, animation, and background design, music, Mike. Okay, again. Oh my gosh, he has a DeviantArt. Oh my gosh, I gotta follow this guy. I love his stuff. Um, so again, this is incredible. And so again, the Mike, man, thank you. This is an incredible animation. And already, there's a lot of stuff with this. I mean, there's, okay, Philippines. Okay, there's a lot of already, I mean, this is incredible. And so, Mike, thank you. Thank you so much for this incredible animation, and to everybody else as well that participated with this animation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And this is incredible. This is amazing. And this is just, I gotta say, this is definitely this is no doubt one of my most favorite animations that I have checked out. Like independent animations, this is definitely one of my favorites. This right here is right up there right now. This right here is right up there with Vizzy Pop's Die Young and Mystery Ben's Mystery Skull's Ghost and Freaking Out. This is right up there with that. This is right up there with that. So again, Mike, thank you. Thank you so much for this beautiful animation. Thank you so much for everything that you put into it. Thank you so much for designing the characters the way you did, for writing the story the way you did. Thank you so much. This was just beautiful. This was absolutely beautiful. And again, I cannot thank you enough. I mean, thank you so much. And to everybody else that participated in this, every single person, thank you so much for this. This is just incredible. This is amazing. And so I'm telling you now, if you haven't watched this animation, if you skipped ahead to this point and you haven't watched the animation, watch the original. Please watch the original, because this animation is definitely beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's incredible. And so again, thank you so much. And to Mike, again, thank you so much. And again, to everybody that's watching, I see why so many people requested that, and so I'm sorry that it took a year for me to do it, but at least better late than never. And so again, to everybody that requested before that I do this animation, I hope you guys enjoy. Please let me know what you think. Please let me know your thoughts and theories as well in the comments. Please let me know what you think as well. And again, so thank you guys again for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next video that I do. Take care.